Hello, my friends. It's year 14, week number 730. 730. We are working on a grand creative project this week. Two months ago, I made a video where we were doing like an all-day trip to Central Park for a park hang, and I was talking about how I wanted to make my own custom picnic blanket, picnic towel of some sort. For the fabric, I used my already existing duvet cover. Now, at the time, this was not an issue because middle of summer, you don't really need a blanket of any sort when you're going to sleep at night during the summer. However, we are starting to transition into fall weather, my friends, and it's getting a little chilly at night, and I'm kind of coming to realization that we need to come up with some sort of a new duvet cover, duvet insert. The easiest solution is definitely to just go to the store and buy a new comforter, buy a new blanket of sorts. We are absolutely not going to be going that route, my friends, okay? Ever since we became sewists, we're in the sewing era of Isomoto, okay? And if we can customize it, if we can sew it, if we can make it by hand, that is absolutely the way we're going to be going about things. Now, one very small problem that I'm anticipating is just thinking about a duvet cover, right? You need a giant piece of fabric, and I know that when you go to a fabric store, typically the sizes that the default sizes that you can buy usually comes in like a roll of 45 inches or 65 inches. I think those are the two numbers. There's like two standard numbers for the sizes of fabric when you buy it. And I know that for a duvet cover, for the measurements that I want, I'm gonna need at least like 95, 100 inches. And because it's just like less common, I think we're gonna run into a problem where I'm gonna go to the store and they're just not gonna carry that in stock. We're coming over here to this store called Gray Lines Linen. I've shopped at this place one time before in the past, and they like specialize specifically in linen, and I remember they sell like the longer length style that I need. So we're gonna go here. I think they're gonna have what we need. We just need a bunch of yards of linen. I think we've just hit the jackpot, my friends. Look what we found here. Ah, yeah, baby, 112.
Better than warfarin, and over 97% of Alzheimer's patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Alzheimer's patients. Don't stop taking prescription.
All right, I just bought the fabric right here in this bag. That lady working in there, I asked what her name was. First of all, her name is America. She might actually be the nicest woman I've ever met in New York City. She just might actually be. I told her I want to make a duvet cover. I was like, do you have recommendations for the specific weight of linen that I should get for this project? I was telling her how I wanted like the larger size, like I didn't want the shorter thing. Super helpful lady, super helpful. So I just did a quick little finishing the edges on the fabric. Basically what that does is it just prevents the fabric from fraying like on the edges, because if I throw it into the wash without finishing the edges, the fabric will just kind of fall apart and unravel in the wash. So now that we've finished the edges, I'm just dropping this off over at the laundromat. We're gonna clean it, and then we'll be ready to dye the fabric. think this is the largest piece of fabric that I've ever washed in my entire life. I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna buy a bucket, just a giant bucket, and use that as like the container for the dye, so that way I don't ruin my tub again. Alright, so this right here is 20 gallons. I think with the liquid dye, it'll probably go about halfway up, and then add the fabric in. It is kind of small, but I think it's just the right size to be able to dye the entire piece without ruining my bathtub. It's the next day. We dyed the fabric. Now, something happened during the process, okay? I don't know what went wrong, but for some reason, the color that we chose for the dye is not at all what I wanted, okay? We were trying to go for like an earthy, like a deep reddish orange sort of a color. And I finished dyeing the fabric, took it out of its bath, and it's like a bright tomato red, okay? Not at all what I wanted. So what I'm gonna do in the meantime is I'm gonna take another dye. I'm gonna take like a brownish, light brown, orangey brown, do a second dye bath, okay? We're gonna dye it again with a different color, and I'm hoping that the two mixed together, it's gonna create it'll be closer to the color that we're trying to go for. Now I'm gonna put the whole project on hold for the time being. I'm going out with Natalie tonight. It's Natalie's birthday, friend of the vlog, Natalie. And then we're gonna resume. I'm gonna figure out the whole dyeing and like the fabric and all this stuff. I'm gonna figure it out later, but for right now, we're gonna go and meet up with friend of the vlog, Natalie. I just met Natalie earlier this year. She's the person who, in last week's video, we went to go check out that other ship thing. She's the person who invited us out to go and check that out. My friends, we have just finished birthday dinner featuring Natalie. The question is, in this next year of life for you, what is something that you're looking forward to?
I would say expanding the community that I'm building here in New York for singles. We've got a lot of great things planned in the coming months and big things in the new year.
Fostering that community here in New York City.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
That's
Natalie, yeah.
Yeah, very significant for this birthday in particular.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the thing. Listen, all right, listen. I'm gonna show you the duvet cover. I need you to know I am not happy with the way it turned out, okay? This video that I made here, I did not expect it to go this way, okay? I expected to show the final product. It was gonna be all good, okay? We were gonna have this satisfying ending to the video. That is not how things went, and I don't have time in this video here to correct the mistake, okay? So I did a second dye bath. I used a darker brown to try to even out that bright red, and this is what we've got, okay? This is where we are currently at with our duvet cover here. It's a little bit darker, okay? But I'm still not satisfied with this color. I'm gonna hold off on this. We're gonna continue this once the duvet insert comes in the mail, and then I'll do a third dye bath, dry it, put the whole thing together. That'll be in a future video, okay? But for right now, this is where this thing stands. Thanks for watching this week's video. If you've made it this far, I am happy to announce I was not paying attention, but next week's video, okay? Next week's video will be the start of year number 15 of this vlog project we've got going on here. So next week will be week number 731 of year number 15. Thanks for watching.